The Holy Empire? Pa. Suddenly, a voice from the room behind her caught her attention. Whoa, where did this fruit come from? A sigh followed. The Emperor conquered the glacial kingdom this time. It's probably spoils from that land. Really? I suppose Anance brought back a bunch of slaves again. One voice noted casually. Yeah, she did. Another confirmed, exasperation lacing their tone. I don't know why the underworld hasn't sent someone to deal with her. Sure, the first voice hissed. Apparently, the devil woman was stabbed by one of her own slaves. I heard she's on death's door right now. A mocking laugh echoed. Huh, karma finally came for her, didn't it? I hope she changes her ways after this. Another voice chimed in. Who knows, someone muttered. Maybe she'll repent. If she survives. That devil woman? Repent? Laughter erupted. The chance of her reincarnation is higher. Lily's head throbbed as she struggled to piece things together. Where am I? I can't remember anything, she whispered, her voice shaky. What's going on? She flinched in pain as she noticed the blood. Blood? When did I get hurt? Panic surged through her. Wait, it's not just that. I can't remember anything. Not even who I am. Lady Anance, a nervous voice called out, breaking her thoughts. Great, she thought, fighting off the haze. We've brought the offender to you, as you commanded. The voice continued, filled with trepidation. Get in here, you wretched slave. Anance? Lily's mind wrestled with the name. Am I alive? A deep, angry voice cut through her daze. How dare you, you ingrate? Kneel before your master. The others in the room grew uneasy. We shall take our leave now, my lady. Wait. Lily's voice was desperate, confusion blurring her vision. What on earth is going on? Offender? Slave? This man? The figure before her sneered, his words dripping with disdain. You summoned me, even before you were fully healed. Did you want to prove a wound like that couldn't kill you? Lily's head pounded. What are you? Then again, he added coldly. How could I ever understand the twisted thoughts of a wicked woman like you? But still, you shouldn't have acted so recklessly. Lily's heart raced. I assume you're prepared to face the consequences of calling the man who tried to kill you. He spat, eyes darkening. Ugh! Lily gasped as he seized her. This time, the man growled with lethal intent, tightening his grip. I will kill you without fail, my master. Please let go of me. It hurts, Lily pleaded, her voice trembling. Are you crying? The man asked, seemingly surprised. I don't know what I did to you, but please, show me mercy, she begged, tears blurring her vision. I can't remember anything since I opened my eyes. I don't know who I am or where I am. Desperation filled her voice. Please spare my life, and I swear I will repay this debt. A dark laugh erupted from the man. Ha! 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 Lily flinched, unsure of what to expect next. I would have expected nothing less from you, Anance, he said, his tone dripping with bitterness. How do you manage to make it so that I can't even hate you in peace? He stepped closer, eyes filled with resentment. Didn't you once swear that you'd offer up my head to the Emperor? Lily's breath caught in her throat. She had no memory of this. So, no matter what you say now, I cannot trust you, Master Anance. His voice was cold and resolute. Nancy. He hesitated, his voice softening for a brief moment. Just what am I to you? Suddenly, voices called out from the distance. Lady Anance! Lady Anance! Are you all right? What's wrong? The man taunted. I'm the one with the stab wound, but you seem to be in more pain than I am. His eyes locked onto hers. You know, the touch of your lips on mine was my only comfort. Lily's mind reeled. I'm sorry. I broke you, Solteo, she whispered, her voice barely audible. Lady Anance! The shout echoed through the room. Don't be ridiculous, Solteo snapped. His tone wavered, caught between anger and something else. You can't say that to me now. Lily's eyes filled with sorrow. Do not forgive me, Solteo. This is my final punishment to you. His expression shifted, pain flashing across his face. After everything you said, you dare to forget who I am? What? Lily blinked, Her vision blurred, and her thoughts scattered. She strained to hear him. I can't hear him, she muttered. Confusion clouded her mind as tears welled up. Are these tears? Anance? Solteo's voice cracked, disbelief washing over him. Oh, this can't be real. His voice trembled with anger and grief. Anance, how much more cruelty must you subject me to? Lily's world spun. What just happened? She thought, panic rising. Am I really dead? Her mind raced. Why? Why did that man choke me to death? What on earth is going on? Fear gripped her as she struggled to understand. I can't die like this. Not without knowing anything. Her thoughts screamed. I don't want to die. Suddenly, her surroundings shifted, and she gasped for breath. This place? Am I back? She clutched her chest, trying to steady herself. Lady Anance, may we enter? A voice called from outside. Get in here, you wretched slave. Lily ordered, her voice shaky. Her mind raced. Is the incident that happened a moment ago repeating itself? You dare to forget who I am? Solteo's voice echoed in her mind, tormenting her. Lady Anance, the voices outside called again, more urgently. We shall enter now. Lily's heart pounded as she tried to make sense of everything. I need to get away from here. Before this man kills me again, my body won't move. Lily's thoughts raced, panic taking over. If I stay here, I'll be killed. Lady Anance, a voice called out. Ugh. Lily groaned, her muscles tensing. Stop. Grab him. Someone shouted nearby. My goodness. Lady Anance? This isn't a dream. Lily realized, fear settling in. That man earlier, he definitely killed me. She struggled to comprehend. Did I come back to life? But why am I here again? Lady Anance, someone stammered, concern in their voice. The bleeding won't stop, Lily muttered, glancing down at her wound. Where can I go? Where can I? And Master Anance, a familiar voice interrupted her thoughts. I heard you had one foot in the grave, and it seems the rumors were true. You demon, another voice hissed with hatred. People like you deserve to die. Again? Lily's heart pounded in disbelief. Anance, run. What? Lily gasped, overwhelmed. To think these worthless slaves would dare to threaten their master. Someone spat, venom in their voice. This is all due to my negligence. Lady Anance, please punish me. The voice was desperate, filled with shame. It is as you always say, they continued, voice trembling. I shall pay for my uselessness with my life. I beg of you, please. Lady Anance, another voice called out. Lady Anance. Lily's mind reeled. Did I really die this time? Or will I come back to life again? She recalled her previous experience. I woke up in the baths after losing consciousness in the same way earlier. What's this? You were desperate for death before, but now you want to live. Is this a dream? Lily questioned, glancing around, her head still spinning. No, my clothes and bandages have been changed. Someone brought me here while I was unconscious. I'm alive, she realized with a shudder. Her thoughts drifted back to the woman she had seen. The woman I just saw. Was that me? She looked like she didn't want to be alive anymore. Why though? What kind of person am I? Lily whispered, the confusion deepening. What is this? Lady Anance, have you risen? Someone called from outside the room. Wait. Don't come in yet. Ugh. Lady Anance. Ow. Lily winced as she tried to move, feeling disoriented. Nancy, she muttered, catching sight of something nearby. This was hidden away. Is it a diary? She opened the book hesitantly. I, Anance, am the master of the greatest slave merchant clan in the Empire. The Regba merchant clan? No, it can't be. Lily's eyes widened in disbelief. A voice interrupted her. I have come to make a report. Lady Anance, a new premium slave has just arrived at the estate. Lily's thoughts raced. I'm the owner of a slave merchant clan? The Regba merchant clan? Lily read, her heart sinking. The greatest slave traders in the Holy Empire. As her eyes scanned the page, she learned more. When the emperor conquers neighboring lands, Regba mercenaries seize as many refugees and prisoners of war as they can. And out of those captives, she continued, horrified, a select number are categorized as premium slaves, nobles of the highest bloodlines, or mystical creatures like dragons and vampires. You dare to glare at Our Lady, you wretch? A voice snapped Lily back to the present. MMPH, came the muffled protest of someone restrained. Unhand His Royal Highness at once. How dare you lay your hands on the Prince of the Glacial Key Dash? A guard interrupted with a mocking tone. Don't make me laugh. Here, you are all mere slaves belonging to Lady Anance. Aft, a cry of pain followed. They kill people like it's nothing. Lily thought, her stomach turning. I can't believe I'm the master of such a horrible place. What should I do? Her mind raced. I need to recover my memory, or else. Her thoughts landed on the diary. The diary! It might have some answers. She continued reading, learning that most slaves are categorized and sold without going through me. But premium slaves must be refined by my own hands. If they do not go through that process... Suddenly, a voice interrupted her again. Are you all redashed? The person stammered. Forgive me, Lady Anance. I was in a hurry and my foot caught on something. Please spare my life. Lily felt a strange pity for the person. Are you hurt? She asked. No, I'm all right. Thank you, my lady. That's good to hear, Lily replied, her voice softening. I don't want to see anyone else get hurt or killed. At least, until I find out more about who I am. Another interruption came. Please forgive my intrusion, Lady Anance. There is something I would like to ask. Finn, the person stuttered. Grand Chamberlain, the very least you can do is be of use to Lady Anance. So, what is the meaning of this? The intruder panicked. This child was simply trying to help me. Lily's voice sharpened. What do you want? My apologies, Lady Anance. I merely wish to ask where we should cage Solteo. Solteo. The name jolted her memory. That's the man who tried to kill me. Damn it, she thought. What should I say? Finn, was it? You may leave. Why, yes, my lady. As for Solteo, Lily continued, trying to remain calm, send him back to where he originally stayed. The Chamberlain smiled approvingly. For you to keep an insolent slave as close to you as possible. You are truly respectable, Lady Anance. It was certainly worth assigning him the chamber next to yours. Lily's heart raced. Did I just give the order to put the man who tried to kill me in the room next to mine? How could I be so foolish? What do I do now? Lady Anance, the Chamberlain asked. Might you still be feeling sickly, my lady? Because, if that is not the case, why do you refuse to meet my eyes? Lily braced herself. Keep it together, Anance, she thought. There are more than just a few people after your life. First, I need to be forceful with this one. She took a deep breath, her voice cold and sharp. Do not cross the line, you worm, unless you want to lose your head. She knew she had a project strength. I need to bare my fangs first before I'm attacked. Now get lost if you know your place, she barked. The Chamberlain bowed, unfazed. Lady Anance, such rough treatment. Yes, this is how the real Lady Anance should be. I was so worried because you were acting strange, but now I am truly relieved. A noise from outside caught his attention. That noise. Ah, it appears the slave from the Glacial Kingdom has arrived. He continued, that arrogant slave still thinks he is a prince. Perhaps you could punish Solteo publicly to strike fear into this new slave's heart. Lady Anance. Lily felt her pulse quicken. What? No, I. The Chamberlain, undeterred, added, I trust you will put them both in their places by completely breaking them. Yes? You wretched curs. Unhand me at once. Solteo's voice echoed, his struggles futile. You Electo's filthy minion, he spat in fury. How dare you do this to me and my people? Damn it, let go of MMPH. His words were muffled as they silenced him. Nearby, a guard commented casually. He is quite young and lively. It seems like he'll provide you with much entertainment starting tomorrow, Lady Anance. Lily, now fully inhabiting her role as Lady Anance, struggled internally. I don't think I'll have the time, she muttered. Yes, of course, the guard replied, unfazed. I do realize you have much work to do, Lady Anance, but are you sure you'll be all right? The question lingered as the weight of the emperor's expectations pressed down on her. I'm not confident the emperor will allow you more time. We've received word that if there is a delay in delivering slaves this time, his voice trailed off ominously. It will not end well for you. A sudden cry interrupted their conversation. Ugh! Af! Father! Father! The voice was filled with panic. Lily's heart pounded as memories flooded back. Do you understand now, Anance? A voice echoed from the past. If you disappoint me like your dear father did, you will become my next plaything. Her thoughts raced. I must mold Scotty into a useful toy for His Majesty, she recalled, dread filling her. But the image of her father's failure haunted her. Lady Anance? A voice jolted her out of her thoughts. Is everything all right? Have you perhaps overworked yourself? Lily shook her head. Oh, I'm fine, she lied. I simply felt slightly lightheaded. But the scene she just witnessed, was it a memory from her past? Things were so much more complicated now that she knew the Emperor was involved. Leave us, barked a voice, and the guards exited immediately. Shall I call for the healer once more? One of the remaining servants asked. No, there's no need for that, Lily responded, though her mind was in turmoil. But suddenly, something caught her eye. What is this? She wondered aloud. Her hand instinctively reached for the object. Don't touch it, she snapped, panicking. Oh no, did I overreact? But I can't just let him see what's in. The man she scolded simply smiled. Lady Anance, I live for these moments when you rough-handle me. Never forget the feeling of your hand smacking mine. Disgusted, Lily turned away. Well then, he said, his tone dripping with satisfaction. I shall take my leave, milady. You must rest before you begin training Scotty. Lily exhaled, her tension easing slightly. I guess I should be relieved, she thought. At least he's a pervert and not a real threat. Anyway, I'll just have to trust what this diary says and make do with what I have. Elsewhere, Solteo paced in his room, seething. Why did Anance order me to be placed in my old room? What is she scheming? His mind was in turmoil. She isn't one to simply glaze over what I did to her. Lily's words from before echoed in his mind. Do not forgive me, Solteo. This is my final punishment to you. Solteo's heart raced. Did she really have a change of heart? He remembered the way she looked so afraid when she ran away. Wait, have I ever seen her that fearful of anything? Just then, a voice interrupted his thoughts. Ah, Solteo. I trust there is no need to increase the guards to watch over a worm like you, yes? Will you be a good boy? Solteo smirked. Don't fret yourself. If I do attack again, I'll do it when there aren't any guards around. The guard's cold reply sent a shiver down his spine. Then you should get to it before you're added to Emperor Electo's taxidermy collection. Lily overheard this exchange. That was quick, she thought. Is he back already? That isn't good. I still don't have much information to go on, and the pages on slave training are ripped out. If I remember correctly, the annual black market convention that I hosted in the past is called the Night of Regba, and at this year's event, I must present a premium slave to suit the Emperor's taste, or else you will become my next plaything. Lily felt a wave of panic. There's no time to waste, she thought. Solteo, I wish to speak to you about. Solteo, she called again, entering the room. The man turned, his voice laced with sarcasm. Master Anance, I was not expecting you to grace a miscreant like me with your presence. Is tonight not the perfect evening to die? Alpha, Solteo cried out, his voice filled with desperation. Your Majesty, please, a servant began, but was quickly silenced. You too, the Emperor commanded, his voice sharp. Yes, sir. Is the Chancellor still entertaining His Majesty? Why, yes, he is, the servant replied nervously. Greetings, Your Majesty, the Chancellor said, bowing deeply. I have received word about Anance. Is that so? The Emperor replied, his interest piqued. Please have mercy, Your Majesty. Another voice begged, filled with fear. Af! Ag! Ag! The sounds of agony echoed through the chamber. So, how is Anance doing now? The Emperor inquired, his tone now more serious. She has regained consciousness and is recuperating, the Chancellor informed him. I am told that she will begin the slave training of the conquered glacial prince tomorrow. The emperor muttered under his breath. The same pattern again. Have more of our shadows watch her and bring me a more detailed report. As you wish, your majesty, the chancellor replied obediently. In any case, the emperor continued, a cruel smile creeping onto his face. I'll need to make room for my new stuffed pet. No, you can't. Solteo shouted, anger flaring in his chest. What do you think you're doing? You were ordered to wait dutifully in your room. I failed to kill you, Solteo hissed, pressing the point. So my only revenge would be to destroy the chattel you were planning to offer up to the emperor. Chattel? The emperor scoffed, intrigued. I think I read the same word earlier. Submission and obedience take hours of training, Solteo replied defiantly. No doubt, I am the most expensive chattel out of all that I have nurtured. My past self worked most elaborately with me. If I use this man, the emperor mused, I might be able to act like the master of Regba. If you truly wish to repent your wrongdoings, be more sincere, as a properly trained slave should, Solteo taunted, smirking. Yes, master. I shall do as you wish, he replied mockingly. What are you doing? The emperor snapped, annoyance creeping into his voice. Is this the game we are playing tonight? Wait, what are you? Do not be concerned, Solteo interrupted. The guards stripped me of everything that could be used as a weapon. HNGH. But to think that you would entrust your body to a slave who tried to kill you. Even a bed slave would have more dignity. That is enough for today, the emperor barked, frustration evident. I know I'm in a predicament, but I must have been out of my mind. Let go of him. W, what do you think you're doing? Solteo shouted, struggling against the hold. I know Anant's body better than anyone, he declared, his voice steady. She isn't someone who would get flustered by the mere touch of my lips. Ugh, who the hell are you? The emperor growled, anger flaring in his eyes. I'm Anant's, she exclaimed, desperation lacing her voice. You're what? Solteo replied, incredulous. Ugh, if you're going to make an excuse, now is the time to do it, he added, crossing his arms. Or what? Are you saying that I'm not Anant's? She challenged, her frustration mounting. This estate is full of rare magic items, so I wouldn't put it past you to. I'm Anant's. I just can't remember where I am or who everyone is. That's it, she insisted, her voice trembling. You don't remember anything? What a shame that this one is the last of the dragon bloodline. Perhaps I should have let a few more live. Solteo smirked. This earring will seal all of your power. I wonder if you'll be able to find the reversal word to break it, he taunted, holding up a glinting earring. You don't remember anything? Then I'll be looking forward to how many days you last once the truth gets out, he added, a sinister glint in his eyes. Tiff, that's why I want you to help me right now, she pleaded, desperation spilling over. It seems as though you forgot, but I'm the one who has longed for your death more than anyone, Solteo replied coldly. This can't be it. There has to be a way. The seal, she exclaimed, panic rising in her chest. All of your powers have been sealed away, haven't they? So, he replied dismissively. Help me act like a Nance for the time being, and I'll break the seal when I regain my memories, she offered, hope flickering in her eyes. The past me is the one you resent, so it's only right that you get your revenge when I have my memories back. That nerve of yours makes me think that you might actually be a Nance, he admitted reluctantly. But are you sure you won't regret it after you retrieve your memories? You crushed the dignity of a dragonborn under your feet. You annihilated my kin. You pierced me with this cursed earring and wrenched everything away from me, he continued, his voice low. Are you sure you won't regret making me tell you what you did with my own mouth? Why, yes, I won't regret it, she insisted, determination hardening her resolve. But until then, you and I are in the same boat. Fine, I'll make a deal with you. Just this once, Solteo said, his tone shifting. Do you remember the reversal word to break the seal? I don't, but I'll figure it out, she replied, her spirit undeterred. I left a diary behind, so if I try hard enough. If you have time to idle away and talk about trying, why don't you use it to recall what your body remembers? Remember the kind of woman you were and how you treated slaves. Wouldn't that strengthen your resolve to make a deal with me, dearest masters? If you don't want to, you can leave. I won't stop you. I'm the one who asked for your help in the first place, she reminded him. Ah! First, stop talking like a half-wit. Do not speak at length in front of people, and never apologize, Solteo ordered, irritation in his tone. What does that, HNGH, have to do with what you're doing now? She retorted, baffled. You need to learn how to deal with slaves if you want to become a Nance. Do you have what it takes to control a slave that runs amok? He challenged, his gaze unwavering. And no, I mean open your eyes, Master Nance. You are the one who permitted this act, she replied, her voice steady. All right, I'm sore, NGH. Ah, she stammered, stopping mid-sentence. I told you already. A master never apologizes to her slaves, Solteo declared firmly, a glimmer of respect in his eyes. Now, use what you have learned, Solteo instructed, a hint of authority in his voice. How long do I have to do this for? Anance asked, her patience wearing thin. Let's leave things here for tonight. Don't forget that the intensity is important, he replied, his tone firm. What? Were you starting to get aroused? He teased, a smirk playing on his lips. Oh, of course not, she stammered, flustered. Whatever the case, we have a deal. I'll come looking for you if there's ever a matter of concern. So be ready, Solteo added with a chuckle. Huh, her temper is as awful as ever, he muttered to himself, recalling the previous night's turmoil. I couldn't sleep a wink last night. The reason why she couldn't sleep suddenly hit her like a wave. I can't believe I did that with the man who tried to kill me. Lady Anance, Grand Chamberlain Moesha wanted me to relay a message. A servant interjected, breaking her thoughts. The preparations to publicly announce Solteo's punishment are progressing favorably, so. Anything else? Anance interrupted, trying to regain her focus. Oh, the Grand Chamberlain says that the new slave will fetch quite a high price, the servant continued. He says it's a rare slave that Emperor Electo would want to taxidermize. Taxidermize? Explain, Anance demanded, her voice rising in disbelief. Excuse me? WL. As you already know, His Majesty likes to add the slaves he likes to his taxidermy collection, the servant began. He stuffs people alive? What kind of monster is he? Anance exclaimed, horror etched on her face. There has to be a way to stop that crazy emperor. That will be all for my meal. Thank you for answering my question, Anance concluded, her appetite suddenly gone. Did Lady Anance just thank me? The servant thought, bewildered. Where's Moesha? Anance inquired, scanning the room. The Grand Chamberlain is in his office, my lady. He is with the honored guest from the palace. Moesha, I need to speak with you. Oh, Lady Anance, have you finished breakfast already? Moesha greeted her. Why is this book here when it's supposed to be in my chamber? She asked, noticing a book out of place. My apologies. A servant girl found it on the floor and asked me what to do with it. I didn't have the opportunity to see what is inside, but I did. You were quite detailed about how to run this merchant clan, as His Majesty's loyal pet should be, Moesha commented with a sly smile. Who are you? Anance demanded, narrowing her eyes. Who am I? Do you mean to say that the captain of the Imperial Knights is not even worth remembering? Captain Magnus chimed in, stepping forward. It appears as though my lady was taken aback by your sudden visit, Captain Magnus. Isn't that right? Lady Anance? I wasn't expecting the guest to be someone from the Imperial Palace, she replied, a sense of unease creeping over her. What will happen to me if he finds out that I lost my memory? I need to be calm. Your words do not sound like praise, but yes, I am always trying my best to live up to His Majesty's expectations, she said, trying to maintain composure. Not that it matters to me. Please make sure that everything goes according to plan until the night of Regba. I do not wish to step foot twice in such a place as this. Oh, of course, Captain, Moesha assured him. Why is everyone making things difficult for me? Anance exclaimed, frustration boiling over. Are you all right, Lady Anance? Moesha asked, concern lining his features. I should have handled such an impudent man on my end without having to bother you about it, she sighed. Oh, what is it that you wish to speak to me about, my lady? Moesha asked gently. Oh, WL, as you already know, His Majesty likes to add the slaves he likes to his taxidermy collection. I want to ask if there's a way to prevent the offering of Solteo and Scotty to the Emperor, but if Anance says that after all this time, everyone would be suspicious. In that case, the first thing I need to do is become the true master of Regba. But I'll do it in my own way. You said that you were going to publicly announce Solteo's punishment, Moesha reminded her. Yes, my lady. We must punish the slave who dared to make an attempt on your life. Bring Solteo to me. I must speak with him before I sentence him. You Solteo, lowly slave, you are guilty of attempting to murder your master. Thus, your punishment will be as such. The criminal will henceforth participate in the training of the slave Scotty and thereby relive the pitiful existence of a slave. Anance declared, her voice unwavering. The criminal will henceforth participate in the training of the slave Scotty and thereby relive the pitiful existence of a slave. Anance declared, her voice steady and resolute. MMPH. Solteo protested, stunned by the severity of the punishment. Take them to the disciplinary chamber at once, Anance ordered unfazed. MMPH. Solteo struggled, his defiance clear. That's a pretty horrifying punishment for a prideful dragon, isn't it? A voice chimed in, casting a shadow over the proceedings. And for that prince too, another added, concern flickering in their eyes. What if he tries to kill himself? You did not lay a hand on the merchandise, but you still crushed their delicate souls. As expected of Lady Anance. You truly are amazing, a bystander praised, admiration evident in their tone. Ack! Stop! You vermin! What are you trying to do to me? UGH! Solteo exclaimed, struggling against his bonds. Do you not understand yet who the real vermin is? Anance shot back, her gaze cold. Ack! We will continue this in the chamber. Take him away, she commanded, her authority leaving no room for disobedience. Why, yes, my lady, the guards replied, quickly leading Solteo out. So, what was that all about, Solteo? Anance asked, raising an eyebrow. Damn it all! I was just teaching this slave his place, just as I was taught mine. He retorted, frustration in his voice. You would have been in trouble if something happened to Scotty too. You know what I want, Solteo? All I want is to settle this situation as quickly as possible, she said, exasperation creeping into her tone. What on earth is going on? They don't seem to have a normal master-slave relationship, Anance mused, trying to piece it all together. I also remember why I'm here. HRKK. Well then, I will help you. So apply what you learned from me last night, Solteo declared, determination igniting in his eyes. I don't know what you're planning to do, but do it. I will never lower my head at your feet, no matter how much skin you flay from my bones, he insisted defiantly. Come now, Master Anance. You know that there are many eyes on you here at the estate, he warned, a note of caution in his voice. Off, Anance ordered, interrupting him. What? Solteo blinked, confused. Take Scotty's clothes off, Solteo, she commanded firmly. Huh? He laughed, disbelief mingling with amusement. You there? You're a dragonborn, aren't you? I know you're a slave, but have you thrown away your sublime dignity as well? Anance asked, her voice cutting. Ichem? I can't believe that you would grovel for such a woman, Solteo spat, bitterness lacing his words. My family and my people all destroyed, just so I could be treated in this manner? Go ahead then, undress me. I'll take you until you cry and beg me to stop, but that filthy body of yours will be in my grasp. I'll rip your skin to shreds in the same number as the people who suffered because of you and your emperor. Solteo, run away if you want revenge that badly, so that you can take back what was stolen from you, Anance urged, her voice steady but strained. What are you doing? Close the doors at once. What kind of game is this? Are you going to let this opportunity slip through your fingers? He questioned, panic rising. Of course not. I swear that I will return to avenge myself, Solteo vowed, fire igniting in his spirit. You said there were many eyes watching me. Now what? I just released him before he bit his master. Don't worry. If I just get through those gates, he shouted, determination surging through him. Get out of the way, Solteo commanded, charging forward. Is this how easy it is to get out? He laughed, a mix of disbelief and excitement flooding through him. Scotty, he called out, the urgency clear in his voice. If you teach a dog that it has no home to return to, sister, it has no choice but to come crawling back. What if he doesn't come back? Anance pondered, anxiety creeping into her voice. If things go wrong, you and I will both face the Emperor's wrath. Even if Scotty is lucky enough to leave this estate, he will never manage to escape the capital. Every last dark alley is under the Emperor's control, she continued, her tone serious. But of course, you won't be able to avoid a reprimand regardless, Master Anance. One of the guards pointed out, an edge of concern in their voice. What are you doing? She asked, raising an eyebrow. I'm going to relax and wait until the slave returns on his own, Anance replied, her voice calm. Wasn't this what you wanted when you asked me for help? I need some time when I am free from the palace's watch, she explained, leaning back in her seat. Train the new slave with me, the guard suggested. Dragging me into your slave training was a fairly wise proposal. I guess a leopard never changes its spots, even if it loses its memory, Anance remarked with a hint of amusement. I have returned, Master Anance, Scotty announced, stepping into the room. Scotty, you want me to get into the baths as well, don't you? He asked, confusion etched on his face. I took off my clothes as you wished. Now what? Or am I supposed to ask the Dragonborn about what to do? He added, frustration building. Master Anance is the one who makes all of the decisions in this place, he reminded Scotty, his tone slightly mocking. Ah, of course. She's the infamous Lady Anance, after all, Scotty acknowledged, recalling her reputation. She even recaptured my sister when I did everything I could to help her escape. Your sister was captured again? Why are you acting so surprised? Anance asked, raising an eyebrow. Oh, did you think I'd never hear about it from her directly? You told your men to find my sister and bring her back no matter what because the princess of the Glacial Kingdom is an especially valuable item. Scotty shot back, anger evident in his voice. Even butchers who slaughter animals for a living wouldn't be as vicious as you are. Don't you agree, Anance? You devil woman, he spat, disdain evident. Master Anance, are you all right? A concerned voice interrupted. Quickly, you must get a hold of yourself before anyone sees why, the guard urged, worry filling their eyes. I know that. I'll pull myself together before anyone sees me like this, Anance reassured them, though her voice trembled slightly. It's just, I keep realizing how much of a horrible human being I used to be, and that fact sometimes torments me. So please, just give me a moment, she requested, her eyes downcast. I understand, but do not take too long. Get a grip, the guard urged, sensing her turmoil. The moment I forget that I'm Anance, it seems the rumors were true, she continued, her voice barely a whisper. I'll be robbed of my chance to stay alive and fix this situation. You're back. I thought you turned tail, and Scotty exclaimed, relief flooding through him. Turn tail? I own this place, Scotty, Anance declared with confidence. And I expect you to be the one wagging your tail. What's wrong? Can't move. She taunted, her tone playful. Shut up. What are you trying to pull? Scotty shot back, irritation bubbling beneath the surface. Ha! Ha! Anance chuckled, enjoying the banter. Didn't you hear what Solteo said earlier? I'm the one who makes all the decisions around here, she reminded him, a mischievous glint in her eye. So act like the dog you are and repeat after me. Woof, she commanded, laughing at the absurdity of it all.